Let's face it, no accountability means no expectations. No expectations means no obligations. No obligation means no concern. No concern means negligence. Negligence means poverty. Poverty means the wealth of a nation is in the hands of a few. Now comes the crucial question. Are you making your head of state accountable? Stay tuned. I will be back in a minute. My name is Bumi Popola. Welcome to Mr. B Question Time, where vital questions are asked. Let's get to it. There are 5 signs to show that you're not making your head of state accountable. Number 1, if your environment is unhealthy, unsafe, like you have ponds on the road when it rains, or like dirts on the road or pavement where you walk, that is a responsibility of your state or the head of state. If you do pay tax, then you are entitled to request, to protest, to ask for those things to be done or to be cleaned purely for safety reasons. Number 2, health. If your hospital is not well equipped, you're not careful when you're sick, you need to be really agitating for change, for improvement, because it is a matter of life and death. It's not that you wait when you have illness before you start running around like a headless chicken, or somebody is affected in your family, and then you realize the value of good health system. There is nothing wrong in complaining to have an improvement done, given that you're paying, in most cases, in most African countries, you pay for your health. So the responsibility lies in your hands. Don't expect your head of state to suddenly decide to give you something without asking, even though you are entitled to it. Number 3, education. Free education is what you need to be asking for, given that some countries are very poor. It's also in the interest of a nation to have free education because it means more productivity, more skilled people in the system to facilitate changes that is positive and progressive. Number 4, housing standard. It's important to live in a healthy environment, not overcrowded, to the point that if one person is sick, everybody is sick. So you need to be raising your standard in this modern time to improve your housing. Number 5, road safety. I think this is important for your government to facilitate good road safety, not just to have it in law, but to actually make sure it happens. I have a clear example of recent, within the last 2 months, where I was being driven to get some parcel from Express, and a young child of about 4 roughly was being, mother held her in hand to cross the road. In the middle of the road, the child tears away her hands from the mother and runs for the road to pick up something she has dropped. Fortunately, my driver is very skilled enough, anticipate danger, and also had a well-maintained car. Otherwise, that child would have died. Unfortunately, we were so overrun with emotion, me and the driver, to the point that we had to shout at the mother, "What the hell are you doing? Hold on to your child." So this kind of carefree attitude, living your life in somebody else's hand, doesn't pay. Fortunately, my driver was a very good driver. Otherwise, that child, we would have been talking something else. That child would have died. The child actually didn't appear perturbed, no sense of danger, but it's up to the mother to hold on tight to her child. I mean, this is relative to the fact that the road itself is unsafe, because some people are driving at high speed and some people are just simply don't have a clue how to drive. So that's the situation. And I hope that the masses begin to take responsibility and make their leader accountable, given that you're paying your tasks as per what the country is required, or doing whatever you have to do in order to be a good citizen. So ultimately, you need to fight for your rights. Nobody is going to give you that right, especially if you end up having a corrupt government, or government who is laissez-faire, who doesn't give a damn. So you have to create some kind of way, by way of uniting as the masses to protest, at least make your feeling heard. Because some of the things I've observed along those 5 points are not very good. All African countries are not like this. There are some who are much, much, much progressive than others. So when I'm talking like this, I'm not inclined to generalize, but I'm just stating what needs to be done, posing the question. It's not my place to find solution to it, because each countries are different. So people have to think through the question. That is the essence of this program. Check this out. If you're peeling groundnuts for a blind man, you must keep whistling so he knows you're not eating it. That quote was from African proverb. Unfortunately, no name was attributed to it. As for the question of accountability, now I pose the question: is it not an hallmark of a responsible leader to be so transparent to the point of being accountable without knowing it?